Namaskar and welcome to this Sunday podcast of episode of Sattology, Debunking Mythology. This is a live session where you can ask me questions and I can answer your questions. And also we will discuss certain some things important. Before we start off, Sattology means science of truth or study of truth, and opposite of that is mythology, which means science or study of fake lie or imagination. I was in a different live show and therefore I got late today and couldn't stop it because the questions coming in over there. So, in today's session is a part two of debunking mythology or conspiracy against Bhagavad Gita. Understand, the West wants to impose their understanding of Bhagavad Gita for Indians, who are looking to the West. Basically, they are not trying to uh, attack Hinduism per se because they don't know much, but indirectly they end up attacking uh, because they don't know. And also, we have also not made an attempt to teach properly. We have not, and the three things over there, they don't understand Sanskrit. We have not tried to make them understand Sanskrit because there is a confusion amongst majority of the Indians who are hired. And third thing is the problem of scholarly consensus. Scholarly consensus means that outside of their own circle, they won't let in their universities outside their own circle or people who follow their circle. So you'll see a lot of problems coming in the mistranslation due to the mistranslation of Bhagavad Gita or misunderstanding of Bhagavad Gita. You know? So before I start off, I'll show you that you can get all the copies of my books on Amazon. If you are in India or any other part of the world, if you're in the US, I'll recommend you to buy the physical copies. Physical copies are always the best because it helps you. Now, this is available there on Amazon. All my books are available. Gita is there as well as the Hindu Bible. Those of you who are in the West like to read that. That is an Americanized version of Bhagavad Gita. This is the Hindu Bible here. Now, which doesn't deviate from the core principles. And those of you who are in other parts of the world, you can also get it through Kindle. And my books are also available on Barnes and Nobles. And those of you who are aware of those Barnes and Noble stores, you know that it's a very popular bookstore. You can order over there, and you can search my book by the term Sattology, and you'll see in Barnes and Nobles One Arrow, One Kill, and the Famous Five. Uh, it is just received actually in Barnes and Noble, so many places you can check it out in across the U.S. And also, my books are also available on uh, Walmart stores, so you can order from Walmart also. Very easy available. Now, coming back to the topic of today. Now, I'll show you certain websites, and then we will see what is being taught about Bhagavad Gita. And step by step, last time we spoke focus on the Gita Sar, which is being taught in India as well as in in India as well as in the West, and that is being taught in the Stanford University. So today I'm going to focus on some other Ziegler's writings about Hinduism, and I'll pick up certain shloka of Bhagavad Gita to debunk that and answer a few questions over there. So I'll share my site. Just give me a second. And so this is an article in 2009 by Dean Halverson. Do you see my site by my screen? Okay, if you are seeing it, then just text me over there. So this is an article by on Hinduism by uh, Dean Halverson and नतुन भट्टाचार्य. और उन्होंने लिखा है कि 760 to 800 million Hindus in the world, they follow Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Now in the part, there are part 1 and part 2. So on their own, without any basis, they wrote between 800 and 300 BC Upanishads were written. Okay. And according to them, an impersonal monistic force, the highest form of Brahman is Nirguna, which is totally wrong. Saguna and Nirguna are the qualities of Bhagwan. So Vishnu is called Nirguna also and Saguna also because he has no material guna, he is called Nirguna. मतलब उसमें भौतिक गुण नहीं है, निर्गुण. And he is completely spiritual, therefore he's called Sagun. He's got everything. Totally wrong conception. Another one is called Brahman with attributes is called Ishvara. So they are trying to remove the personalities from the Vedic culture. Brahman without attributes is called Ishvara. Now Ishvara is, Bhagavad Gita says Ishvara Nam. So it says Hrideshe Arjuna Tishtati Brahman Sarvabhutani. Krishna says that I am the Ishwar of everyone. Loka Maheshwaram, Loka Vishwaram. Like there is a in the Bhagavad Gita. If you look at I'm going to share the chapter. So that's where we are wrong. So see, because we don't read our Shastra, we think that like there is a very famous loka, Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. Let me just share the site over there. So we have to analyze it and we have to then question it. अरे भाई ईश्वर निर्गुण है, अगर आपको निर्गुण और सद्गुण, if you do not understand nirguna sadguna, then admit it, but don't spread the fake information. But their idea is all propaganda. Can you see my screen now? So here it is said, भोक्ताराम यकतपसाम सर्वलोक महेश्वरम सुहृदम सर्वभूतानाम. यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है ईश्वरम महेश्वरम सर्वलोक महा ईश्वरम, ईश्वरों के ईश्वर. ही सेज भोक्ताराम यकतपसा. एंड राम सुखदास भी बोलते हैं, भक्त मुझे सब यज्ञ तपों का भोक्ता, सब संपूर्ण लोकों का महान ईश्वर. ही सेज इट. एंड मध्वाचार्य सेज ध्येय माह भोक्तारमिति. वल्लभाचार्य भी यही बोलते हैं इन संस्कृत ही राइट्स. एंड श्रीधर स्वामी भी बोलते हैं संस्कृत में. और शंकराचार्य भी बोलते हैं कि ईश्वर, ईश्वर मीन्स भगवान, लाइक कंट्रोलर in a good way. Or now if you go to the next next point which is mentioned there, हम लोग, मैं एक ही को स्क्रीन पर रखूंगा क्योंकि बार बार चेंज करने में मुश्किल हो रही है. एंड I'll read it to you. Many references are there, page by page, and एक के बाद एक यूनिवर्सिटीज के साथ ऐसा ही है. एंड देन आई एम गोइंग टू कम बैक कि कौन सा यूनिवर्सिटी में कौन सा प्रोफेसर क्या पढ़ा रहा है. वी ऑल नीड टू नो, क्योंकि ये सभी लोग दुष्प्रचार कर रहे हैं, लेकिन सबसे ज्यादा दुष्प्रचार हो रहा है भारत से. क्योंकि भारत के लोग इन लोगों को ऐसा सिखाते हैं, बोलते हैं, सपोर्ट भी करते हैं. जैसे उस आर्टिकल के ऑथर, एक ऑथर इंडियन है और उसका क्वालिफिकेशन देखिए. सबसे पहले उसका क्वालिफिकेशन, इफ यू गो डाउन, वो क्या लिखते हैं, नतुन भट्टाचार्य इज ए फॉर्मर हिंदू and is a director of support and development for international trainers with mission training international. मतलब ये एक क्रिश्चियन प्रीचर है, वो भगवद गीता के ऊपर कमेंट कर रहा है. नेचुरली he will not be, and this is coming from a major article on equip.org. एक एक बुक पब्लिश किया 96 में, द कॉम्पैक्ट गाइड टू द वर्ल्ड रिलीजन्स. उसमें इसी तरह का बात हो रहा है कि whenever कॉम्पैक्ट गाइड का नाम लेते हैं, they put their idea about Hinduism on us. Now this is the thing which our children learn in America. If Indian American kids are there, that's what they learn in the schools, because that's how they are confused. उधर को सिखाते हैं इस तरह का. See what he writes over there. According to Hindu tradition, इसको लिखते हैं, Hinduism is amazing in diversity into one belief system. So then he says, in Hinduism today, Hindus send a ballot to decide which should be the central deity. Kali, Krishna, Shiva. See, they have divided, not us. हमारे शास्त्र डिवाइड नहीं करते हैं, दे हैव डिवाइडेड. क्योंकि देखिए, दुर्गा और रुद्राणी वो शिव जी की पत्नी है ना. उसमें कोई उनको सेपरेट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. पति पत्नी को सेपरेटली अगर पति को करेंगे या पत्नी को करेंगे तो इन इन गुड, हस्बैंड फैमिली है वो. गणेश जी पार्टी में उसी फैमिली में है, और फिर स्कंद उसी फैमिली में है. बट यहाँ पे द थिंग विच दे आर डूइंग इज दे आर ट्राइंग टू सेपरेट देम आउट इन द वेस्टर्न कैंपसेस, सो मोर कंफ्यूजन हो जाए. तो डिवाइड, सनातन धर्म इज वन ब्लॉक. सारे देवती देवता विष्णु सब लोग एक साथ ही पूजा होती है उनकी. तो उसको डिवाइड करने की कोशिश की जा रही है थ्रू थियोरेटिकल. द सेम पीपल विल कम ऑन द विकिपीडिया, दे आर द विकिपीडिया एडिटर्स आल्सो. सो दे एडिट एज पर देयर व्यू पॉइंट, विच इज नॉट ए फैक्चुअल. परंपरा का नहीं है. भारत में किसी परंपरा में इस प्रकार से नहीं सिखाया जाता. यू नो, सब कुछ, देयर आर सम पीपल हु misrepresent Gita in Bharat also, in India also. That's why this is the problem here. And then यहाँ पे लिखा है हिंदुइज्म डाइवर्स है, इम्पर्सनल नेचर ऑफ ब्रह्मन, ब्रह्मन आत्मन यूनिटी, प्रॉब्लम इज. ये इसने 5 पॉइंट्स लिखे हैं जो कि टोटली रॉन्ग. द 5 टॉपिक्स ऑफ भगवद गीता है आत्मा, परमात्मा, काल, प्रकृति और कर्म. उसमें से ओनली वन थिंग इज, एंड ये दिस इज सेड बाय शंकराचार्य आल्सो. शंकराचार्य हैज सेड दैट रामानुजाचार्य said across संप्रदाय that is the same information. But how did they come up with this? Because वो दोनों क्रिश्चियंस हैं, दोनों के दोनों. They are not there to add to Sanatana Dharma. They are explaining Sanatana Dharma from their viewpoint. It is not our viewpoint. आप लोगों में से कुछ बोलेंगे कि एटलीस्ट दे आर रीडिंग भगवद गीता. देखिए, अगर दूध को सांप ने पिया है, उसके बाद दूध पियेंगे? दूध तो दूध ही है, अभी भी दिख रहा है, सफेद है, पियेंगे? ये क्वेश्चन आपको अपने आप से पूछना है. तो इस प्रकार से पीपल से दैट व्हाई हिंदूज आर नॉट यूनाइटेड. हिंदूज आर नॉट यूनाइटेड बिकॉज दे आर नॉट यूनाइटिंग ऑन ए कॉमन सिंपल बुक. एंड पहली बात, जैसे लास्ट शो में मैंने बोला, वी डोंट हैव टू रीड एनी वेस्टर्न ट्रांसलेशन. एंड स्पेशली हिंदू स्टूडेंट्स coming to US should not hear about Hinduism from any of these universities. I'm going to show you more. I'm going to share some more. This is just one article on equip.org, and I'm sure these people will be very well respected and they'll be called for different interviews. I'm not even touching Audrey Trushkes and other things, not even touching them yet. Now, I'll show you something even more interesting. Now, we'll go to the Oxford University. Uh, Let me just show you another site, which is it's not that we are trying to attack them or anything. We have to be aware ourselves what they are saying. We are, my point is very simple. We have to be aware. So this is the Oxford University Hindus Online, Oxford Hindu Studies Hindus Online, and they are selling it. They are selling all these courses: introduction to rituals, Hindu text, history, philosophy, all these things they are selling. You know, each course is at a very high value. It is a big value for them, and you will be shocked to see. And yes, publicly available. You know, so it says यहाँ पे Hindu ritual, yoga, caste, and gender. So they have, just look at the title. Title is arranged with lot of disrespect, but to sell also. It is a selling title, sales title. Now it says the it includes a comprehensive look at Hindu society as well as exploration into the caste system and how gender plays out within modern Hinduism. Now this course is taught by Gitte Poulsen and Nick Sutton. I do not know whether they have all any time gone into any kind of training in Sanatan Dharma, you know. But the attack is against the caste. Straight away, caste word comes in. Caste is a Portuguese word. My answer to Oxford Hindu University is that, hey, Oxford Center, Caste is a Portuguese word coming from casta. Caste has the same origin as American word. America. America also comes from a Portuguese sailor, Amerigo. Uh, that is a name from where America comes from. It has no connection with India, and I will prove to you how it has no connection to India. And most of you already aware of it, but let me do it again. It's in many of my books. You can read their books also. I will share another site with you, and we'll go into that. Give me a second. एक minute, okay. So the while I'm searching it, because just give me a second. 4 point. Okay. Now let me just share that. Share screen. You should know where to search these words. Now there are many, many. If you can see my screen now on the Gita Super site, you can go and check it out yourself. These are the shlokas available there. Chaturvarnya maya system guna karma vibhagasha. So there is no caste system in Sanatan Dharma. According in the English word, caste system is not there. Chaturvarnya maya system guna karma vibhagasha. Varna system is there. Varna is the source for varnashram. Varna is also category. Varna and ashram, and also category and also color. Varna also means color, like a Shukla Varna, Krishna Varna. You see that color. Like how can you, if I call somebody red, blue, green, and white, it is not discrimination. It is just categorization. And Varna also means alphabets: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Like it's an alphabet. Ka, ka, ga, ga. Alphabet. Up. When you are speaking to someone, you cannot say that I'm going to speak only with starting with the A letter because I think I like A letter. No, the language is not going to be complete. There are competitions, funny competitions out there. Lekin it is not practical that you may like one letter over the other because you need all the letters to speak. Very simple example. So Varna is like that. लेकिन ऑक्सफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी का प्रेस में ऑक्सफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी कोर्स में first word is about the caste. So that America, because it has been told, and both of them are Christian pastors. जो पढ़ा रहे हैं उधर ऑक्सफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी में हिंदुइज्म, they are Christian, they have not converted. My question to them is, anyone teaching Hinduism, especially the West, they need to convert and they need to get diksha in a regular Indian parampara and then teach Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, don't teach. Please, Oxford University must close down their centers. Especially don't teach Hinduism. You have no right to teach Hinduism. Because the reason is Hinduism or Sanatan Dharma must be taught only by people who practice it. Anyone can practice it in the world. But if you are unless you are connected to a tradition of India, you should not be teaching it. Period. And Indian government should also regulate all these Hindu courses all over the world. They should not be teaching on their own. Just I'll give an example. Confucianism is taught only by the Chinese authorities. Why Sanatan Dharma is being taught by the Christian pastors who have no faith in Bhagavad Gita, who have no faith in Veda, who have no faith in God, who have no faith in Krishna, Ram, anyone. They have no faith. But they are teaching. Why they are teaching? So this is the question we need to ask. They should not be allowed to do that. Now, another question, another site, I'll go back to the same Oxford University. Actually, I had taken out many of them, but somehow it got lost. This is Oxford is in the UK. I don't live in the UK. I'm an American citizen. So let me just show one more thing of the Oxford University. Now, there is a tutor is Gitte Paulson, 7 weeks course on introduction to Gita. Okay. Now he has mentioned if you seeing my site, Gitte Paulson, in she actually, uh, she has mentioned now Shaivism, Yoga of the Hatha Pradipika, women in the Hindu world. Okay. Now, very specific topics they have taken. Shaivism, Hindu text, history, and philosophy. Click on it. Let us click on it. Now, broad survey of Hinduism, and again, with this overarching how it was formed. The big idea is Hindu Dharma, Hindu identity, and what it means to be a Hindu. And the 7 sessions explicit team of tutors. So again, they're selling it. The fees is $95 if you want to pay it, and completely misrepresentation of Sanatan Dharma. Because the when you talk about all these courses, my question to them is purely from the point of view of traditions. Are you following a tradition? They are not part of tradition. They have no right to teach because they don't understand Sanskrit. Also, when you mention caste system, see, they have to use the exact Sanskrit word in English language also, varna. And varna means not by birth. In India, the problem is the divisions of society misunderstood because of Islamic invasion. There is a historical context to it, that why certain people would like to be called Brahmin so that they can be protected. There was historical, and later on it got deformed in the interiors of the villages. We know that. But we don't need a British or any other person to tell Indians. We need our own people to resolve the matter, and which is being happening. Most of us have not experienced any discrimination in India because the caste is varna, means just a category. It is not based on birth at all by the Shastra. I think Indians have to do a better job by telling everyone that it is not as per Shastra. You have to, every human being, a same mother and father can have one son as a teacher, one son can be a warrior, another son can be a businessman, and the fourth can be an ordinary employee like a middle class. Now let me take you to another aspect. Now this is a UK, Oxford University, you know, and these people are teaching. They are becoming the authorities on teaching philosophy to us. You check it out. We have to oppose this from India, and even the people who are like, I'm in US, we have to oppose from the US also, that don't teach such wrong information about our culture. You have no right. No one has questioned them. Have you seen Christian courses in India being taught by Hindus? My question is, why the Christian courses are not being taught by Hindus? For that, there is a requirement that you have to be a Christian pastor. But how? Why a Hindu course be taught by a Christian? Why is it not? So I think Oxford University is severely wrong. They have to appoint Hindus who have taken Diksha, they are born Hindus, and or they are converted Hindus, and their Diksha there has happened in one at least one parampara, and they have no connection with Christianity. And they are not there to disparage Sanatan Dharma. Oxford University, Oxford Hindu Studies Department is doing a, according to the community and me, they are doing a great disservice to our society. Now, coming to now, these are all about Bhagavad Gita is going on, and they're coming to now famous Harvard University. We'll go to there, you know, and you'll be shocked to know what I'm going to show you. And then we'll have an answers also. The what is Bhagavad Gita talks about it, and what does Harvard talk about it. You know, the so so there is a Harvard Divinity School, and Francis Clooney is there, which you can see that, and they are actually teaching Hinduism. You know, now he's a Christian pastor. He's a Christian pastor, and his theological scholarship are commentarial writings in Sanskrit and Tamil traditions of Hindu India. Comparative theology. We don't need that. Sanatan Dharma is like a Christian Bible is like a 0.01%, not even 0.01%. It's not even a valid spiritual writing as compared to any book or any text of Sanatan Dharma. including one shloka of Bhagavad Gita. The entire Abrahamic culture has no basis. Vadanti tattvavidas tattvamijnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagwan iti shabdate. So Sanatana Dharma includes Brahman realization, from Paramatman realization, Bhagwan realization. All three are included there. So everything is included in Sanatana Dharma. So these people, why are they translating? Because they want to infuse the agenda of enslaving Hindus starts from the academics, not from the politicians. Politicians are just busy in collecting votes. Starts from the academics. These academics, they still continue the agenda of the Max Muller. Who has given him the authority to write these translations? Number one, because he's a Christian pastor. He needs to first convert. Francis Clooney must convert before he writes anything. There is, I mean, what about a Hindu? And there is a they have made a scholarly consensus, and they will not invite anyone from outside. It has to be part of their groups, and that's why they continue what they're doing. Howard University has the biggest endowment fund, $75 billion in the world. So they have no shortage of funds there. Unfortunately, in India or even in the US, prominent Hindu Americans donate to such people. And they think in the hope that something better will come out. See, the thing is, if you invest in something which was meant to be wrong in the first place, meant to be blasphemous in the first place, I have seriously questioned, without converting to Sri Sampradaya, how could he even attempt to write something on Ramanujacharya, Francis Clooney? Now, this is the guy who is running the Hindu Studies Department, Divinity Department School, and Hindu Studies is his focus over there. And he's a Christian pastor. Look at that. He is currently the president of Catholic Theological Society of America. In July 10, he was also elected a fellow of the British Academy and a professorial research fellow at the Australian Catholic University. And is his writing is Hindu and Christian classics. Well, Christianity is is nothing as compared to any scripture of Sanatana Dharma. Why is creating the interfaith kind of dialogue? Most of the Hindus get caught in the interfaith dialogue. Interfaith dialogue is actually to, most of the Christianity is still trying to prove themselves that they are bona fide, still proving themselves. And they will continue to prove themselves because it is based on a notion. My book is there, Gold, Glory, and God, and I proved it that it is Jesus is not a historical personality. Again, many people fall into this trap. Many Indians, Americans fall into this trap. Interfaith dialogue. We don't need interfaith dialogue because interfaith dialogue is on the terms of Christians. Western Jesuit scholars in India, and again, most of the Tamil Nadu politics or the preaching or the conversion in Tamil Nadu is guided by people like these because their books are quoted by Indians. The moment Indians stop quoting their books, they will actually understand that what is the problem. Stop quoting them. There is Shankaracharya there, there's Ramacharya directly. If you're from India, why you need to read an American guy translating Ramacharya's work? He is translating it to his Christian fellows so that they can understand that he has done the research because he is paid for it. You know, really question, sir, if you're watching it, my question to you is that you have to be honest. Stop doing it. Either you convert completely, leave the Catholic Theological Society, convert to Sanatan Dharma, convert to Ramanujacharya's Sri Sampradaya, and then talk. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. You are just doing the conversion factory, which is not good enough, which is cheating on your own spiritual life also, not others. Now, again, look at the way. The Truth, the Way of Life, Christian commentary on the three holy mantras of the Sri Vaishnava Hindus. Don't you find a problem in the title, the world, all the Hindu community? And you still donate to Harvard University? They don't need your funds. There's $75 billion endowment funds, which is coming from all the Christian groups. And the Hindus, they show Harvard degree and they say, oh wow, they are from Harvard. And this is what they're doing with your money. Look at it. Who has given him the right to translate Sri Vaishnava's um, Christian commentary on, because he's not only Christianity, he has to show to his poor peers that how much conversion he's doing. He has to show that, and he is the professor, he's a dean. I wish Harvard University, we have no connection over there, we know challenge. Some Indian has to do that. Again, entire attack is South India, Tamil Nadu. If you see all the conversions happening in South India, it's all coming from Western universities. Like, here is a good example. Another translation by Francis Clooney. Hindu theologian Ramanujas. Theologian. Are you crazy? He's a Lakshman's avatar. I mean, you don't even know anything. Theologian is the word theologian itself. I'll invite another guest next Sunday. He's going to talk to you about theology. What is theology means? Christian theology is the biggest myth in the world, and I have written the Hindu Bible, and Francis Clooney is welcome to read it. It's all translated Bhagavad Gita, and I'm a Madhvacharya Sampradaya, belong to there, and I will quote you exactly Ramanacharya's words, shlokas. There is no basis of a Christian. He has written the Hindu theologian. Ramanujacharya is an acharya, is an avatar of Lakshman, and he will blame me then. Oh, he's a Vishnuite. So all the Vishnu, Vaishnavite, Shaivite, Shakta divisions are created by people like this, who are politicians. Their garb of an academic. Their whole idea is to bring Sanatan Dharma down, Hinduism down, show Hinduism in a bad light. Because if they don't show in bad light, the entire Christian population in the US will vanish. Are all naturally attracted to yoga. So they will all go away. So they have to create all this nonsense, write all these books, have no literary value. I think he should send his book for review to me, and I'll write a commentary on it. Okay? And I'm not going to buy it because I don't want to support such kind of foolish endeavor. Again, here's another book. Trace, and these are the universities Indians are very proud to donate money to. Hundreds of millions of dollars are donated to these. Indian Americans donate. If any of you, if you're watching, why are you committing suicide by donating to someone? And they will not when they go to a Hindu temple, they'll donate $21. Here they'll give millions. Please be nice to our community. Many of them are like that, Indian Americans. Now, again, again, all the comparison is trying to justify Christianity here. He is just trying to prove that they are bona fide. So they cannot prove they are bona fide without either changing Vedic understanding, because they have no understanding, they have no belief. Jesus itself was a historical myth. Now they are saying uh, Saint Francis de Sales and Sri Vedanta Desika on loving surrender to God looks very interesting, but I'm sure he's trying to bring credibility to Francis de Sales, because all these are political appointments by the Vatican. He's a Catholic guy. Catholicism is political Christianity, or it's a Roman Empire having a new name to conquer the world. That's the whole thing about Vatican. You know, he has to justify it. He has to prove every day to write it. Francis X. Clooney, don't buy any of his books, because he is, especially Hindus should not buy it, because he should, whatever he's writing to Christians, let him live in ignorance. In any case, they were ignorant, so they can write there. Ideally, this kind of work is an academic terrorism, because you're not taking permission. In India, the first thing is, before you misrepresent the Acharya's words, you have to take permission. And there is a way to take information. And I'm going to show you how. And again, I'm going to come back to this. I'm people, you have to understand very clearly. Uh, I will remove that. I'll show you something. We will go to again Gita. I'll share the qualification, you know, and then we will move forward. Tat viddhi pranipatena pariprashena sevaya. So I think Mr. Clooney, Francis Clooney, did not understand that you have to actually uh, serve the guru, inquire submissively, learn, and don't cheat him. Upadeshansi tadgyanam. Then you get receive instruction. That's why in the Vedic culture, not everybody was given a permission to read and teach others, because they have to be first qualified. They have to know, they don't have to play with the words of Bhagwan. Otherwise, they know the jokers like these will appear in the West and other in India also. They will misrepresent the words of the Veda and put their own thing. Christianity is not bona fide as per Sanatan Dharma, Christianism, because it has no historical basis. It's called Kaitab Dharma, or artificial religions by Vedas. Bhagavad Puran mentions it. So there is no basis of that. But these people like these in the Harvard University, Oxford University, they're teaching because they are so much, because they're all Catholics and Catholicism working through the university campuses, and they all want to make sure that the Catholic followers increase, and through lie, deceit, and strategy. That's what they're doing. So it's a political version they're doing. It's a conquest. And what we have to do is completely not buy their crap. It's all crap. Anyone who reads whatever translation he has done will become half Christian. And they'll get money because $75 billion endowment fund is there. It's all about the money game. Take money, it's like Dushasan philosophy. Just take money and enjoy and relax. This is just Oxford and Harvard. I've just taken their deans and I've told you how they are Christians trying to teach Hinduism. And Hindus living in these countries have no right over their own culture. Howard Hindu studies must be led by a Hindu practicing Hindu, not like a leftist and scholarly consensus Hindu. We don't want that. Pure Hindu traditions. If they give the Harvard Hindu Studies department to me, I'm going to run that for them. Obviously, at a high price, at a price, regular price, like Francis takes at that much. I've written 11 books. The point is, it's not about me. It's about Indian Americans won't be given a chance to represent themselves in the Harvard University. You know, British Indians won't be given a chance to represent themselves in the Oxford University because they have the Catholic colonial agenda, and their literatures are so small, such lack of spiritual information or even scientific information, Bible and all the other books they have. Today we are only talking about this, that they will not be able to defend, and that's why they will not allow a practicing Hindu to be part of them. They won't allow. So Gita itself tells you how to gain this knowledge and why wrong people should not be given a chance to teach or teach others about our culture. I'll take one last point because we can go on and on. And I'll take one last point and then I'll wrap it up and I'll take questions. So, in the again going back to uh, the Francis Theology Department, Theology, Hindu Studies. Okay, last one. Reading the Hindu and Christian classics, why and how it matters. So again, spreading Christianity in India. Why not spread Hinduism? If you're a Hindu scholar, then why not stop all this nonsense and spread Sanatan Dharma in the US officially from Harvard University? They're not going to do that. Not a single teacher in the entire Hindu Studies department of Harvard will be an initiated or Dikshit member, initiated member of a sampradaya. It's not there. And also they have not left Christianity. Like they need to leave officially Christianity, don't believe in Bible, then they can teach Sanatan Dharma. But they have not done it. Okay. Now again the Saint Joseph in South India. Their entire attack is on South India. Entire attack. Poetry, mission, theology, Costanzo, Tempavani. Again a Tamil literature. And they all, like I said, scholarly consensus. Like they will all give awards to themselves. They will have all the parties to themselves, and they'll talk highly. Again, when they write theologian Ramanuja manual of deity worship Nitya Grantham, all the Tamil literatures are here, and they're translating them and teaching to the Tamils also. And not nobody following Ramanujacharya Sri Sampradaya. Have they taken permission from any of the Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, Ramanuja, Chinnajir Swami? Anyone? No. You know, again, again the mishmash. Priest, scholar, Catholic, and Hindu. You cannot be an Catholic and Hindu. You have to, because Catholicism is imaginary, is a political contest. You have to be either a Hindu or a dharmic. You cannot be Catholic and Hindu. Not possible. Again, new ideas being introduced in India, and these are the people who are doing it. You all wanted to know why conversion is a problem in India. These are the people doing it from Harvard, and most of the Indians sponsoring it. Ideally, what should happen is IIT Kanpur and all the IITs and the Ministry of Education of India must demand that the Hindu courses must be taught only by Hindus who who have studied it in Parampara, and they're Dikshit members, and they are actually practicing it. Not like these people who eat beef in the night and morning they do all the kinds of things. Anyway, we have to question that. All these different publications are also their own. It's like a scholarly consensus. It's like my uncle, my father-in-law. This everything is related because they're all part of the small Jesuits, Catholic ministries, and they are all political institutions. They have job is to undermine Sanatan Dharma. You in this show from this show, you need to understand that there is an academic attack on Sanatan Dharma. That's why we have Sattology, debunking their mythological attempts. But we are a religious organization. We are questioning everything. And the religious doesn't mean in we are scholars also, scholars and religious, both practicing as well as scholars. We study our culture very well, and that's why we are saying very proof with proof that totally people like these. I must be sitting in India. He's on leave right now. I must be sitting in India and trying to convert some more Hindus out there. Anyway, so I'll stop here today, and uh, and I'll take questions. I hope you like the presentation today. I like to keep my presentation on time because if you make it stretch longer, then you don't understand anything. I also don't enjoy to go out of topic sometimes. तो कोई क्वेश्चन है तो पूछ सकते हैं. And understand, ask your universities to go and challenge this narrative. Don't Indian Americans should not give funds to Harvard University or Oxford University. No funds should be given to them because they are misrepresenting Hindus. You know? So one question is comes in. Nityanand Bhadra, sir, what we practically need to get out of the times we are in now? I don't know which times you're referring to, but I can ask you very simple question, Nityanandji. What I can ask you is that you must ask if you are in India. अब अगर भारत में है, आप अपने पॉलिटिशियंस को वहाँ पे बोलिए कि Harvard universities, Oxford University must be not be allowed to teach the culture of the Hindus because they are trying to do divide. Like there is a politician called Victoria Nuland had come to India. She created the Sri Lankan government crisis is also American then American से भी connection है उसका. Because as soon as she left, Sri Lanka collapsed. Why? Because the Christian groups organized the protest against the president of Sri Lanka. You understand? Or uh, so we have to question, petition our governments, and Indian Americans especially, and the British Indians must not sponsor the agents of their destruction. These are the agents of destruction. Harvard University, Hindu Studies, Rutgers University, Hindu Studies. Don't get mesmerized by their names. Better be from a small school than to become an idiot from a big school. Okay? They don't need deserve your money. Shahid Bhagat Singh Physical Academy says educational jihad is not educational jihad. It is, I don't know what to call it, conquest. It's a, what is the word of Christians? It's called crusade. It's a crusade against Hindus going on with Harvard University, from Harvard University and Oxford, both of them. These are two leading, so-called leading, but we'll question everybody. Last time we questioned the Stanford, today we question the Harvard, and everyone is attacking Sanatana Dharma. Do they not have anything else in Bible? There is nothing in Bible to speak on. Nothing. So they have to compare. They have to get validity from Sanatana Dharma. So they'll create the mix max philosophy to expand Sanatana Dharma. I'm sure he'll be given a bishop position in future sometime. Yeah. Rudra C says it is Indians who work absolutely not unintentionally. They do intentionally. The guy last I showed, he's a converted Hindu. Okay, intentionally they do it. So I don't see any other question here. But these topics are not like masala topics, political masala topics. So anyway, thank you all for joining, and I'll give you back your time. And thank you all for. So please do subscribe to our channel, send likes, share, and and also tell others about it. And also, if you want to support, because we are engaging, our projects are expanding, and there is a big event on 22nd July, this Friday, coming Friday, in the evening in San Diego. Please join. Tickets are available on Eventbrite, or you can search it. It will be on every single group. So you must see me in person. I will be there on this Friday on this big event, and and you can get the books from there. One more question I'll take, which has come from Nikhil, is why our government won't stop funding from foreign countries. It's a reverse. It's the American university getting funds from Indians, Indian Americans, and they give big money. They give $500 million, $10 million, $20 million. They're talking millions of dollars. So Indians should not fund their agents of destruction. Like these are the agents of destroying Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma. And these are the ones who create controversy. Hindutva versus Hinduism. Because it goes against the Catholic narrative. The main force behind it is the church sitting in Vatican. So we have to question them. वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग विवेक सिंह बोलते हैं शास्त्र में वो जयते. Thank you. So if no one has any question, so two things we should do: tell Indian government to de-recognize or ban these organizations from teaching Sanatan Dharma. Secondly, ban their visas. Don't allow them to come to India because they are enemies. They don't understand it, Sanatan Dharma. They're Christian pastors. They don't understand. They have no idea. They don't understand their own culture also. That Jesus was a fake personality, is not existed. They don't know that. And they will not allow anyone else to enter their scholarly consensus because they're scared. If anyone enters there, they're going to, they will not allow. So only the blue-eyed, blonde, pale, sometimes they accept Africans nowadays because of social pressure, but they will not allow anyone else. It has to be the Vatican Puritans teaching Hinduism because it's the goal of the Vatican to destroy Sanatan Dharma. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining in the show, and thank you all. Do support us at patreon.com Sattology because we need those funds to fund our efforts like these and other places. Many people, many volunteers need funds actually. So please do support us, and also you can also directly become a contributor on sattology.org, and you write on sattology.com. If a good article, send it on sattology@sattology.org. Also, you can do a debunking mythology course we have. It's a 12 session course which will give you a foundation in Sanatan Dharma or Hindu. If you write your email, and we'll add you in the course. And you just saw, for all the nonsense, how much you pay for the course. £110 for learning Hinduism, and that you don't learn anything. You just learn a Catholic propaganda against Hinduism. What these universities are teaching is Catholic propaganda against Sanatan Dharma. Period. They may not agree to it. They may not agree, but we know that. But why will a Christian pastor teach Hindu and create so much interfaith things? He should only focus on Hinduism. We don't want to talk about them. We only talk about ourselves. We are rich. We are very rich people. Hindus are very rich people in terms of Shastra. We only want to talk about ourselves. We don't want to talk about their Christianity, Islam, or anyone else. But why they have to talk about us? Because there is nothing in there. They have. So they have to ask this question to them: Are they honest? Are they real? So before they attack Sanatan Dharma, they need to look in their heart and say, what is their motive? So I will stop here and thank you very much. I hope I'll see you next time.